Hello, this is John. As we are seeking truth daily together, it's very important you hear this message because now that we might have Joe Biden being the President of the United States, we have a House of Representatives controlled by the Democrats and also the Senate. And as we move forward in time, these bills that are going to be pushed forward into the agenda are very scary as we look at this one they're wanting to pass in New York. And understand, back in the Obama administration used the IRS to target conservative groups like the Tea Party. The IRS put them out of business due to all the auditing that took place. They couldn't do anything until the audits were over. And it's just scary how things are moving forward. And you need to understand that due to the AI algorithm, they have everybody in the United States of America tagged as either a conservative or a liberal. They have you tagged either as a Republican or a Democrat by the way you like and thumbs up certain videos, or by the way you comment on your social media platforms, or certain things you go to and buy and do, and even how you voted. All that is not kept secret. They have that, and they have you in a certain category. Now listen to this bill, and when you hear this bill that the Democrats are trying to push through in New York, once it becomes a state bill, then the federal government looks at it, and then they might want to federalize a bill like this to make it so that this law goes throughout all of the United States of America. So pay attention to what's in this bill and understand, will they just go after people that they think might be infected? Or will they only go after certain conservative people that they want to silence and lock up for a while? Listen to what this bill says and what it is all about, because it is very, very scary. And whether you're a Democrat or a conservative or a Republican, you should be very concerned about a tyrannical government coming in. And if you say anything or do anything against the way they want you to think, then you're going to go on their blacklist. And this is the government that you're going to have in the United States for the next 4 years, should things go along as expected.
Assembly Bill 416. We found out about it when you tweeted about it. And you said your tweet said this is straight up detention camp stuff in New York. It's a bill giving New York Governor Cuomo, health commissioner, or any designated official full power to remove any person or group of people from their home if they deemed they are contagious. Talk to me about this Assembly Bill 416.
That is true. I have the bill right here. Not only does it say if they are contagious, it says if they are a carrier of any contagious disease. You know, here in New York State, our Constitution, the New York State Constitution, begins with this. I want to read it. We, the people of the state of New York, grateful to Almighty God for our freedom, in order to secure its blessings, do establish this Constitution. Well, this bill, A416, which was drafted, by the way, by Assemblyman Perry in 2015, has been floating around ever since then and keeps getting reintroduced in the Assembly floor. It is now, I want to show this, there's a date on here. It is now up again, January 6th, 2021. I addressed this, I posted about this, I raised concerns about this. Governor Cuomo's people rejected it. They blew us off. They accused us of being, making a big deal out of nothing on Twitter. The communications director told me to go take a walk because I was overly concerned. Well, since then, this has really, in many ways, gone viral. What this bill says is that the governor or any one of his delegates that he appoints can go in and order somebody into a detainment area or a facility that they deem appropriate because they suspect them of being contagious or a carrier. Not only does it say that it can do that to an individual, but it also says to any group of people. This is highly concerning. It's a direct violation of our Fourth Amendment, which keeps us safe and secure from any unreasonable searches, any unreasonable seizures in any way, and it protects our persons. And this is, again, the state of New York, the governor, the fully Democratic legislature going rogue, and we have right to be highly concerned about this. I did confirm today that this bill has not been removed or withdrawn by the sponsor, Assemblyman Perry. So therefore, it is still technically considered up for consideration. And this is highly alarming, and it needs to be addressed, and people need to know about it.
Well, I've got it here in my hand, and I wanted to look at this. The bill states that questionable individual or group of people, and here's the language, quote, shall be detained in a medical facility or other appropriate facility or premises designated by the governor. It does sound like a concentration camp. I mean, any appropriate facility. Do we know what an appropriate facility is?
It's the facility that they deem appropriate. So this is very, very wide language. Not only that, it also says that they can detain you up to 60 days. And that in order for you to get out of that facility, you have to petition them. And it has to be then go before a court order. So it's not that you've broken the law. It's that they have the right, if they think that you are contagious, if they think you are a carrier or a group of people. Keep in mind, the definition of person or persons, that includes your children. So do they have what they're saying then is they have the right also, this could be your children. They could remove you from your children. They could do this to any group of people that they think is dangerous. On top of that, in the back part of the bill towards the end, it says that they have the right and the power, and that's a key word, that the government has the power to do what they deem necessary to make sure that when they release you, you are no longer a health risk. And that includes the medication that they deem appropriate and or forced vaccinations.
Well, okay, so going further, but as I was looking at it, they said you can be confined if they've had contact with someone who might have been sick, despite the fact that you're symptom-free. Okay, do you think will this actually pass? Is there any way this is passing?
Well, you know what? That's what some of the people on the left are saying. This has no chance of passing. But yet, I have to tell you that New York was the first, one of the first state legislatures to pass full-term abortion on demand anytime, for any reason. We've been here in the state of New York now on perpetual lockdown since last March. So what we've seen here is we still haven't been able to open many of our businesses. We still haven't been able to see our loved ones in nursing homes. Nursing home parents have not been seen by their children since March. This was by executive order. We have our schools that have been shut down. We have now Bill A416 saying that they have the power to come and detain and to order people into facilities. So people here, we look at what happened at the Capitol. I want to point out that while I condemn that and we don't endorse in any way, shape, or form any kind of lawlessness, we do have to realize that people in our country and here in New York have been pushed to a head. We have been pushed to where our rights are being taken away, where our voices are not being heard, where the government has forgotten that we, the people, give the government power. It's not the government that gives us power. So what we're seeing is an increased level, sadly, of such frustration and such anger. And we do need to, the people, the majority of the people that were there at the Capitol and here in the majority of the people in New York, we handle it the right way. And we are law-abiding citizens, but we have the government itself in here in the state of New York that is breaking all of the laws. Yeah. They are the ones that are implementing all of these executive orders. So therefore, the people are getting increasingly frustrated and it's coming dangerously to a head.
As you're in a state where one-party rule is the norm in New York, same thing where I was from in California. Yeah, that's what correct. You get. That's what you get when you have a one-party rule, isn't it?
Now, in closing, as always, giving credit where credit is due, there will be a link to this full video in the description, but I have to ask the question, what kind of tyrant would write a bill that says that if they suspect you of being infected or having a contagious disease, that they will take you and your children and put you in a holding facility for up to 60 days? And I'm wondering if it's not just a holding facility, is it also a re-education facility? Seek the truth daily, my friends. The truth will find you seeking.